So if we didn't already have a big chapter last week, it looks like we have another, maybe even equally big one this week as well. And that Sorcerer is apparently finally being revealed, but let's just get right into it. So Yuji thinks that if he eats 5 more fingers, Sukuna will be able to overpower him. But if it doesn't happen, he asks Okkotsu to kill him. So I always wondered what Yuji's opinion on this would be, because I don't think we heard that yet. We only heard really what Jogo said. And I'm paraphrasing here, that if Yuji were to eat the 5 fingers over like a gradual span of time, that he'd still have somewhat control over his body. But if he ate them all at once, then it would be like a different story. But given the narrative, and I assume the majority opinion of the audience is that, yeah, if Yuji regardless has all 20 fingers in him, then Sukuna is likely to take him over, maybe even for good, or close to absolute control. Another interesting thing being said here is that Yuji wants Okkotsu to kill him, and I guess that he himself is assuming that Okkotsu would be able to defeat Sukuna, because it says he will be able to do it. I don't know if that's like a literal narration. I highly doubt it. I think that's just Yuji's opinion here, given that he just did fight Okkotsu. And that raises the question, could Okkotsu defeat a 20-finger full power Sukuna? And clearly we just don't know right now. I mean, I guess it would be at least competitive right now, considering that Okkotsu's confirmed to have more cursed energy than Gojo. And we haven't seen him, I guess, serious yet, or at least current time serious. When we saw him actually go all out almost was when I guess he did the copy of the Uzumaki against Geto. I just fully assume that once Sukuna gets all 20 fingers, he'll probably be the strongest character in the series at that point, next to Gojo at least. I assume that they will eventually fight too. I guess that kind of has to happen. I mean, Gojo will eventually break out of the prison realm, or at least I hope so. And by that time, it will be Gojo versus Sukuna. Maybe I'll make a video about that. Megumi will return to school to ask Tengen how to undo Sumiki's seal. The problem is Tengen's hidden room. So if anybody would know how to undo this, I guess it would be Tengen, a character that we haven't been introduced to yet. I mean, we barely know much about Tengen, and going to the hidden room here, we know that's a big aspect of his character. But we're gonna get more into Tengen in this chapter, so I'll just keep going. Yuji asks the question we all expected, but Megumi doesn't answer. Yuji clenches his fist and says, "I see." So apparently the question here is Nobara alive? And I guess it's not looking good right now. Now, in case you're unaware, Geji did talk about this in that interview from a couple weeks ago, where he said Nobara canonically died when Mahito hit her with their technique, but whether she is alive or dead remains up in the air. Her suffering, the loss of her eye, all of it was done for Yuji to despair. So, in my opinion at least, it makes it seem like she's probably still alive, and I guess he's just stretching this out more to not only pull on the heartstrings of Yuji, but also the audience as well. But at the same time, this is Geji, and I really wouldn't be surprised if Nobara is just straight up dead here. I mean, that would certainly be a twist. But I'm thinking that she's probably alive, but most likely lost her eye for sure. Choso appears and suggests that he can enter Tengen's room. Yuji has his doubts. Choso remembers the time Mahito entered. He will try it too. Okay, so it looks like Okkotsu didn't kill Choso with that backhand. And Choso's still relevant here, so that's cool. And he is going to have some major importance here because he's going to be sneaking into Tengen's room here. Although I'm sure that's probably going to have its issues as well. You know, once you're in there, then there's a whole other issue of like, you know, Tengen himself. So Maki is alive. That's pretty cool. At least she's alive. I mean, I don't want to say that, you know, at least we're getting her instead of Nobara. I want them both to be alive, but at least both of them aren't dead. And we all like Maki. I think she's, you know, one of the stronger written characters for sure. And now we're coming to the big moment because Tengen appears. Finally, for the first time in the series, we're seeing him. But, I don't know what he looks like. I didn't see any kind of leaked panels or any kind of descriptions of him or anything, but I guess it's a him. I guess it's a dude. You know, your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I'm sure we're gonna get some more leaked panels maybe later today or tomorrow. I mean, we'll eventually see it Sunday. I'm sure he looks awesome. I mean, that's all I could really say right now, but yeah. Tsukumo and Maki make an appearance. Maki's right eye is bandaged and her burns are very bad. the reverse curse technique will not work on the burns. Wow, that sucks. So I guess it's because of Jogo's jujutsu that somehow prevents reverse curse technique from healing the burns, possibly. That really sucks. Hopefully it's not going to be like that for the rest of the series for Maki, and I don't know, somebody figures out how to help her. I mean, I haven't been able to see this either. I haven't seen any leaked panels from this chapter or anything, so I don't know what Tengen looks like. I don't know what Maki's burns look like, but I'm assuming it's not good. Choso explains what Tengen's hidden room looks like. Someone says, that's all well and good, but who is this guy? Talking about Choso. And Yuji says, let's say he's my brother. So I guess this is the first time that Yuji has reciprocated the whole brotherly aspect to Choso, right? And it makes you wonder if he is truly accepting it at this point, that maybe he is like somewhat of his brother. I mean, he's not like his full-blown, like, you know, brother, but at the minimum, they're like step-brothers. Because in the previous chapter, Yuji had the flashback of when he was a baby, which he was somehow able to remember, and I guess he was seeing what the audience was seeing, and that was his mom who had the stitches. And also a couple chapters back, Choso said to Yuji, like, hey, didn't your dad have stitches on his head? Not mom, he said dad, but obviously Choso doesn't know, like, exactly the situation going on with Yuji's parents. So it's possible that Yuji, remembering that memory, he himself put two and two together and was like, oh wow, we're both coming from the brain. Therefore, I guess we both are kind of brothers. Apparently, only Megumi, Choso, Yuji, and Sukuna come in. Okkotsu and Maki are left out. So the context is confusing here apparently, but from what this seems like, maybe Okkotsu and Maki are gonna have their little like reunion moment. But obviously this is something that we've wanted since volume 0, and it was for Okkotsu to, you know, just meet up with Maki again and to talk, because obviously they have some kind of dwindling relationship that we want to see expanded upon. The omnisentient sorcerer has manifested. Tengen makes his appearance. The end. No chapter next week. So yeah, I guess at the end of the chapter, we're seeing Tengen again. So at the end of the chapter, you know, it says question mark is saying this. This could be Tengen saying this, meaning that Tengen is appearing in front of them somehow. And he says, nice to meet you, child of Zenin, Michizane's blood, death wound painting, and the vessel of Sukuna. So child of Zenin is obviously Megumi. Michizane's blood is Okkotsu, because, you know, that was revealed by Gojo that Gojo and Okkotsu both come from this guy Michizane from back in the day. The death wound painting, Choso, and the vessel of Sukuna, obviously Yuji. And it seems like, you know, somebody who would be saying this is the all-knowing sorcerer. So I guess he is appearing in front of them right here, or they somehow got inside of the room, or just cuts. I don't know, but let me know what you think about all of this stuff in the comments. If you liked the video, guys, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.